Hey folks, so welcome to another day, another unboxing. I got something a little bigger and more special for you folks. This is a Panasonic TOUGHBOOK, but it's not a laptop, it is a tablet. As you can see here, it is awkwardly named the FZ-A3 Ava Beam. A3 is really what you care about. So this is the A3, it just came out, it was just announced today. And I want to check it out. This is not a product for consumers. This is a product for commercial use, but they sent it to me, so I'll check it out. Should be very interesting. As you know, TOUGHBOOKs are the most rugged tablets and PCs you can buy. So yeah, let's see how this lives up to its namesake. You can see there's a bunch of labels and things. Not too much on the side, so I'm not going to get into detail. So let's open this up and see what's in the box. I know you're dying to know. So we've got a couple of little pads. I'm going to remove those, and then here's the tablet, which I'm going to pull out and put aside. And then we've got, I think, some sort of charger here, and then some cords, and then we've got nothing else. So let's move this out of the way and take a look at this tablet, shall we? Here it is. Ta-da! Panasonic FZ-A3 or FZ-A3 rugged tablet. Wow, look at that. And we've got a charger here. That's a pretty beefy thing. I'm going to leave this up because I want to tell you how many watts this charger is. This is a custom charger, as you can see. It has some sort of coax plug on the back, but I'm hearing that this tablet also charges via USB Type-C. So here's a US cord, power in right here. So now I think what I'm missing from the box are the batteries. So let's see if we can find those real quick. There is another layer here, and it is this little part right there. And I think this is where our batteries are living. You got one here, two. So this idea here is that you can hot swap them, right? While one is still in there, you can change the other one and you never run out of power. And then we've got what looks like a manual here, and ooh, it comes with a pen. Nice. Let's take a look at this package. Aha, so this is Verizon and AT&T approved, which means there's a SIM slot in here of some kind. Interesting. And then we have, a lanyard for the pen. How cool is that? And there's the pen. So let's take that out of its packaging, shall we? It's designed to fit in a silo in the tablet. I'm gonna try that out in a second, but here's the manual. I guess there's very little information about the actual device itself. Okay, so take those batteries out. That's one and two. Let's power this thing up, shall we? And I'm gonna move the chargers out of the way because we don't really want to charge this just yet. So here we go. Batteries. These are 3,200 milliamp hours each, 3,200. So you have 6,400 total. I believe there's a thicker model and version of this battery, of course, as well. So we have choices. So that's what the tablet looks like in the front. And then in the back, as you can see, there's a lot going on. There's two SIM trays here as well. So you can see one here, one here. So dual SIM 4G LTE. And then we have the batteries. So let's put these in. It looks like it goes in like that. One, and then you slide this that way and then lock it, and then you do the same with the other one. And you know, it's interesting, there's actually gaskets around this for water resistance. So this is beefy industrial grade stuff. Here you go. And then the stylus goes in this little nook right here. And indeed, it actually has one of those push-pull connectors. So let's go through the design real quick. So this is really hard plastic. It's not very heavy. You see there's an NFC logo here. So this has NFC. Camera on the back and some sort of barcode scanner thing here because there's a laser warning label. This looks like it should open somehow, but I've been told it doesn't open. So this is a module you can replace with other modules, but in our device, there's no way to open this right now. It's not user serviceable. And then in front, you have this 10-inch display. You got a bunch of programmable button here. Here's power, here's plus, minus, A1, A2, A3, and a couple of buttons you can program on the side. There's a front-facing camera, microphone. So let's turn this on. This is obviously running Android, as you can see here. So this display is an IPS LCD behind Gorilla Glass, and it's designed to run in direct sunlight. So it works well indoor and outdoor, which is kind of cool. I'll go through the specs in a second. I'll put them up on the screen as well. It looks like somebody's already set this up for us. Look at that. So it's flickering on video right now. I can see that, but it's not flickering for me, so I'm not quite sure why that is. It looks really solid on my end. So here's your notification. Wow, that's very loud. And here we go. So I guess I'm going to do a factory reset on this. Here are some apps. You can see there's actually a barcode reader right up here. There's a bunch of apps for programming the buttons, etc., etc. So I'm not here to give you a review of this because I just got it out of the box. I'm here to show it to you basically and go through the specs and stuff. So the first things you should know that are really important. So it is MIL STD 810H certified. So I think you can drop it some like 6 foot onto concrete. You have IP65 dust and water resistance. It's Gorilla Glass. I mean, it's ToughBook, and that's what's so cool about it. That's why I'm really excited they sent me one, because I've never had one. So the next thing is, let's walk around the edges and take a look at all the different ports. So there's a bunch of ports. So there's USB Type A and Type C. Apparently you can use the Type A port to charge things at 500 milliamp hours, so pretty slow. I'm not sure how many watts you can charge via Type C. Also, it doesn't do power delivery on Type C, so you can't reverse charge something, unfortunately, with this. But I love how this goes. You see, you slide it in and then it's watertight. And then it's the same thing with the power here. You slide that and then it pops open and you have your little coax connector right here. And then you slide it back, right? Beefy. I think this might be a speaker. Down here is this docking edge. So you've got this crazy docking connector. You know, you can see the contacts are really large so that if stuff, dust or dirt gets in here, you don't have to worry about it. Big latching points. I'm not sure what this is, probably for the dock as well. On this side is another speaker Kensington lock. And then what's under here? So this one doesn't slide, it just pops open. It's the headphone jack. Yes, it has a headphone jack. And as I said, this is the module below that apparently you can't remove despite these hinges. It looks like you should be able to move it, but on top there's that barcode scanner, and that's basically the lay of the land. There is 2 battery slots. Main camera, 8 megapixels, and then the front camera, 5 megapixels, so there you go. This is powered by a mid-range chip today that should be supported by Qualcomm for many years, which is why Panasonic picked this for this tablet. You know, these things are used in industrial and professional and commercial usage, like trucking, warehouses, etc. And so they don't upgrade these often in terms of like hardware. So having a chip that's going to be supported for a long time is very important. The Snapdragon 660, as you know, is a pretty solid mid-ranger from Qualcomm. It supports LTE, 4G, in this case dual SIM, as you saw. Apparently there's also a micro SD card slot somewhere. I think it's probably under the batteries. I didn't see it. And then let's talk specs, right? So we saw the batteries are 3,200 milliamp hour each. There's 2 of them. And the bigger batteries are 5,500 milliamp hour each, so you get 1,100 milliamp hour if you install 2 of those. And then it has NFC, Wi-Fi, GPS, 4G, Bluetooth, pretty much everything you'd expect on a Snapdragon 660 device. The oddities, I guess, are the USB Type A port, which is not something you normally see on a tablet. And then the barcode scanner here and the ruggedness and the removable batteries. The display is 10.1 inches. It is 1920 by 1200. That's 1920 by 1200. Pretty decent resolution. It's an 800 nit maximum, so it should be pretty bright outside in sunlight. There's 4 gigs of RAM, and that's a little iffy because 4 gigs is not really that great for Android. But you have to understand, it's not going to be used for gaming. This is going to be used for scanning barcodes and navigation in a truck, something like that. 4 gigs should be plenty. It's got 64 gigs of built-in storage. This runs Android 9, so, you know, maybe it'll get updated to 10, maybe it won't. It doesn't really matter for this kind of application. 9 is pretty recent. It should support apps for a couple of years. By that point, they can issue an update to this for, you know, the entire fleet of devices they have out there, etc., etc. So that's it, folks. This is the Panasonic FZ or FZ-A3 ToughBook Android tablet. This is a beast. There we go. It will survive anything you throw at it. It's awesome. So I'm looking forward to using this out in the rough. I like to go camping in my Volkswagen camper van, and so this will be a really great thing to bring along for road trips and really put it through its paces. Hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. Please stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe, like, tell your friends, click the notification bell below, comment below. And again, this is a compliment to the podcast, hence the name of the channel, mobiletechpodcast.com. Subscribe. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Cast, and Spotify, to name a few places. And you should tell your friends, subscribe, all that stuff. And that's it, folks. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And until then, cheers, everybody.